Welcome back to Let's Play Rune Recreations. One day later, because I'll get into it after this. Today's long-awaited day. We promised to meet at noon at the Church Plaza, right? You have a date today.
Good morning.
Yeah, I don't think Annette's birthday was already there, but you know, in the time. So this is how it went, right? That was the day that started dating Elena, so that was the previous part. So I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. At least 13 days. Is it 13 days? Or was it 14? I can't remember. I remember counting the amount of days and I came to the conclusion that it's 14 days. Let me do that again. So we started dating there and agreed to the date. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14 days. I was counting that, wasn't I? That's why I kind of got confused there. I off-screen went for 13 days, but the date is 14 days later. And, you know, in all that time, I got everyone's, you know, friendship events maxed out except for Sierra. And Lily's was the last one, which was on the 8th. And I, you know, did some calculations, so if you were to start dating Lily there, because that would be when gets her last friendship event, that would mean the first date would potentially be on the 22nd, therefore, for her, it would, one way or the other, be spring for, you know, the second dates. Because, yeah. And now I'm thinking, I could just go with a winter, you know, wedding again, and it might land on the 24th, which is Pandora's birthday, for Elena and Nadine to potentially get married, or maybe not, I'm not sure. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 14. It'd either be that, or it'd be, you know, basically Christmas, except they don't celebrate Christmas in this game. So, yeah, that would be, if I were to, you know, go straight from one day to, you know, the next, that's how long it would take. But I'm thinking of, you know, off-screening after this, go all the way up till the 19th, and then start the date so that the wedding would be in spring. And I guess for Lily, maybe I could, you know, when I go for that one, have it even further and somehow get it to summer. Because, you know, if my calculations are correct, then 20 seconds. So, but you'd have to really have it, you know, really drawn out now that I'm thinking about it now. The first day would be on the 22nd. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it'd be Electra's birthday if you were to go for another date immediately after. But let's say, say the 17th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's perfect. Except it wouldn't work on a holiday, so probably gonna move to Monday. So maybe it's like the first day, 22nd, and then wait until 20. I'm just trying to, you know, calculate this, all these, you know, although ones in advance, so that I can potentially get a wedding in every single season. Of course, the one that's the first would be fall here, but you know, if someone votes for Sierra, then it's very likely it'll probably easily be obtainable in fall. because her friendship takes the longest to build up, because it's been the lowest. And on top of that, I've also leveled up a few times. I'm not sure how many levels I've gained, but leveled up a bit. And before I forget, there's one thing I noticed. I was fighting monsters with some of my monsters. By the way, I've befriended 2 new monsters on the save file. You know, because I mean, that's what I can do, you know? Different monsters each time. But anyways, as I was, you know, fighting monsters in one of the shrines, I can't remember, I think it was either part of a quest or just trying to get certain items to make stuff. I can't remember which. Point is, I got dark elements. And you know, when you consume the elements, they give you the attack and defense boosters. You can see that with fire, water, light, earth, wind, and dark. Who's a dark one. And because my monster's with me, I've never noticed this. Because I consumed that while my monsters were in the party, they also gained 1 attack and defense to dark. Which I find very interesting. In fact, I can show them right here. By the way, say hello to the newest team member, Ginger, the fire elemental. On all the save files, on the main one, I'm pretty sure I went with the water elemental. When playing as Sonja, I think I went with the earth elemental. So, you know, next save file, I'll go for the wind elemental. Then I would have technically gotten them all on, you know, this Let's Play. So, yeah. The elemental was one of the ones that I went with. See, you can see the dark as 1 and 1 there. What else did I take? Yeah, I took Maya with me, of course, and Maya is always in the party, so I guess 1-1 as well. And of course, Talon Jr. got the 1-1. That was the party I took with me when I got that dark element. So they all got a boost as a result. And finally, the last new addition is Golem, which is called Talos, which confuses me. I remember when I was looking through the monster guide, I was like, okay, which monster will, you know, get me... Because, you know, I still want to get a monster that can, you know, work on Winter Island, basically, you know? It would feel weird to just put a monster on the island that can't do anything with it, you know? So I went with that one. There's only 2 golems in the game. This is, you know, the dark blue or black one. On the Sonja save file, I got the rank. This one, you wrote scrap metal, gold, platinum, and light crystal. So far, scrap metal and gold, I guess, are the only things I've seen grow so far. There's one time I went to Winter Island, and every single spot was scrap metal. It was insane. But I'll go, you know, show them off a little later on. I just know the thumbnail for this part is gonna have nothing to do with the data.
Good morning. I'm pleased to see you looking well.
8 minutes into the video, the date is gonna be like probably close to 20 minutes into this part. I love this tree-lined streets. I find it so simple. So I might as well show, you know. Everyone got maxed out except for Sierra, because she's taking the longest to get maxed out. So she'd probably land in fall, honestly, for being maxed out, maybe. Nah, it'd probably be in summer. I don't know. Gotta say, you know, out of the ones that, you know, reach the maximum level and reject them at the end, Lily, Violet, Merwin to an extent, as we saw in the previous parts, Electra, and Makoto have gotta be the most awkward to reject because of how abrupt. And in the case of some characters like, you know, Electra and Violet, you know, it's like, oh, you've just broken their hearts, you asshole. Merwin was clearly, you know, very subtle, but it was clear she was like, oh, I guess I'm not thing. While Lily was just like, oh, I misunderstood, sorry, and then she trips over, and Dean just stares at her like an idiot. Doesn't even, you know, offer to help her up or anything. Whereas Makoto was all like, he's like, you know, all this has, you know, been thanks to one person. And Dean replied, oh, really? And she's like, oh. I just walk off. Because she was clearly meaning a Dean. She'd clearly fallen for a Dean. But no Dean, ever the oblivious protagonist, just completely doesn't pick up on it.
Ah, this is quite rare. I'll gladly accept it.
Also, as I said at the start, the reason why, you know, it's the next day, well, I said I would explain, so I'll just explain now, is, here's what happened, right? I off-screened all those days up till about the time of the snow festival, and by that point I was just drained of energy. I was on the verge of falling asleep. It was like 8 p.m. or so, close to 9 p.m. Uploaded, and then a couple hours later finally went to sleep. Didn't get much sleep though, because my sleep quality has been absolute shite lately. It's just so coincidentally it happened to, you know, line up when I finally, you know, had a shave, because my beard was getting a bit too chaotic. What are the odds? That has happened before, actually, so maybe it is. It's like, yeah, my beard being uncomfortable somehow helps me sleep. Without it, sleep is, you know, all over the place. It's like, I was tired, man. I went to sleep. It took ages to get to sleep, and I, you know, it's that on and off kind of sleeping through the night. I hate it. I've never been good at sleeping through the nights. So yeah, and I've been playing this for a couple hours this morning as well, you know, just to get to this point. It takes ages.
Good morning. Let's do our best today.
Which makes me wonder, you know, I was thinking maybe I will, you know, marry each character. Just why not, you know? But at the same time, it's like, my god, that's so tedious. It takes so long to get through these days. I mean, I could, you know, just do things in a simpler way, you know, have the days speed by, but, you know, first opportunity where you can work at, you know, the Gemini store or at the inn or wherever to make time fly by, or, you know, just go out at sea and just pass the time that way. But no, I tend to my islands, and in some cases went battling monsters to get items. My monsters also leveled up a few times as a result of that. Where's our monthly sale? That's to be 10% off the regular price, so make sure you stock up. Oh yeah, and another thing, because, you know, as in typical fashion, these special dialogues tend to happen off-screen, don't they? But Elena, you know, much like Odette did that one time, you know, it's just like, should we have a kiss? She was quite, what's the word? Forward with it. She was like, yeah, why don't we kiss? And of course, once the Dean was like, okay, and she was like, maybe sometime. Got super awkward after that, obviously.
This is for me? But isn't this awfully rare? I'm going to put it on tonight's menu. Thanks!
As you may have noticed, my inventory is somehow worse than usual. A few reasons for that. Reason number one is... where is it? It's right here. I bought this, I just also realized that I already had it in storage. And the reason for that is because I was using the katana. I made this katana, which I've made in the past, because this is basically needed to make that. But I made it anyway, because, you know, inventory and all that was a bit of a pain in the ass. I had a dark crystal, so I decided to use it to make that. I also made some new dual blades, the Soul Eater. Not as good as this, but, you know, it does have dark attack and defense, so it's got that going for it, I guess. I also made a water rod that I haven't even used yet. This was from a quest, I think from... Oh wait, no, this wasn't a quest. This was a reward for the Snow Festival. This was a reward from an Odette request. You get not just ultimate curry, but fancy ultimate curry. That's like super ultimate. And I think these were from Mikado for completing a request to fight some Blood Panthers. So yeah. That's a brief rundown on things there. Of course, I did more than that. It's a bunch more requests, but I can't remember them all. I don't think there were any that I completed that I haven't completed before in this Let's Play. Maybe one, I'm not sure. I feel like I've completed the majority of requests in this game at this point.
Good morning. Good morning. The day is full of promise, isn't it?
You know what's typical as well, you know? I've got no room for monsters, and frickin' Pandora's 2 monster-related requests pop up on the frickin' bulletin board, because that's just typical. I think for that, if I, you know, ever marry Pandora in this game, maybe then I'll be like, okay, we'll get a duck. And I think she wants a duck, right? I think. And a fairy, so we can complete those requests. But, yeah. Just typical, that is. Tomorrow is bargain day at the inn. There's sure to be a lot of people there, so that's already busy preparing for it. You also may have noticed that I've got a lot of apples. I bought these so that I could give her an apple a day. Keep the doctor at the
Oh, I love this.
away, whatever.
Thank you very much.
As you can see, it's like, yeah, magical beast, small monster. Wait. Maybe the small monster would actually be, a woolly, maybe. Screw it, I might as well check it out, I guess. Man, I was right, wasn't I? It's gonna be like 20 odd minutes into this video by the time we get to the date itself. They're already on the move!
Why, good morning. I do hope you'll have a good day.
What a lovely hat. Wherever did you buy it?
Oh, my.
Good morning.
Still can't make anything new headswear-wise, which is a shame.
Wow.
Too underleveled. I want to see guys, I like it.
Good morning.
I hate rain because I can't get out to play. I'm stuck inside all day. It's not even raining.
Good morning.
You know what I just was thinking, you know, because of this, Elena's not even going to be in any of the default thumbnails as a result. But I just remembered the part 180, I think it was, you know, where I made a Dean knock himself out multiple times. One of the default thumbnails I was tempted to use because it looked hilarious was, you know, when the golem lifts islands and stuff out of the ocean. It was basically that, but the way it looked as if Echo was sinking into the ocean, because all you could see is their arm outstretched in the thumbnail as if they're like, no, I'm falling into the ocean. What a generous source having sailed. I hope I'll see you there, Dean. Of course, this will be done off screen.
Thank you so much. Now, what sort of accessory should I make with this?
Oh, morning.
Today seems like a happy day now. All because of you, Dean. The controller's really loud, I gotta say. Press down on the button, like click, click, click. Listen to it. Very noisy controller.
Can I really have this? I won't give it back to you even if you ask for it, you know.
Good morning. I wonder what we'll be having for lunch. It's so fun to think about.
It's something about the bullery mood, Dean. There isn't much I can do, but I'd like to do whatever is in my power to make this island better. Now, I've already edited the previous part. That just goes to show how long this stuff is. I was playing this game while editing, you know. And I completed editing and, you know, saved the file, and within that time I was still, you know, 3 days in this game.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
I imagine James is only ever gonna acknowledge our relationship to Elena at the wedding at this point.
I see.
It's a lovely hat, so that's what's popular. And probably after we're married to her as well. You'll probably comment on this.
Hey, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? That's how young folk ought to be.
Hey, now that's the type of woman that would keep bad on that. It's beautiful and sweet, has a voice for daisy, yeah. I may just fall in love with you if I'm no proper instance. What would the age difference be? Being seen.
It is a fine You have not neglected your morning audience with me. Excellent.
I think another annoying thing is after this recording I'll be uploading the last half, the second half of Dino Slam, and then later on tonight, because it's currently 1 PM as I'm recording, would be for Little Busters. And Little Busters and Digimon World Next Door got record sessions for next, you know? At least those will be more straightforward than this, because I feel going forward, this Let's Play is going to be a pain in the ass to record for. You know, because it'd be one video, and then I'd be off-screening a bunch of days. And, you know, it would ultimately lead to, you know, instead of the usual recording in one setting, 2 different recordings, it'd be for the span of a day or 2, which will be kind of annoying. Kind of army you glad not great now. Wait, what? Those little demons who hide immense magic in their tiny bodies, the ones with wings. Ah, yes, your requests. Oh. You mean fairies? Sorry, I don't have any names.
Very nice.
Yes, now don't disappoint me. Well, I'm afraid I have to. Do you have any my new underlings yet? What of my fierce army of fairies? Well, I've got a dragon, that's better.
What
right?
is it?
I can't complete your requests, Pandora. They're just too bullshit. It's like 2 of them require a higher level, and the other 2 require monsters, but I can't put them in the barn anymore. Speaking of which, you know, before I put one of my monsters on Winter Island so I could befriend that one golem, I tried to befriend the golem while the barn was full, and the theme basically just says, my barn's full at the moment, so you can't really befriend them. Which makes sense, but it sucks. You have to have the barn at least have 1 space open for a monster. Even if, you know, you got room on one of your islands, you've got to move a monster to that island so that the barn isn't full. And once everything's full, well, you're screwed. I mean, you could, you know, send them to the forest at the beginnings, but that kind of has weird implications. Maybe you just send them back to their own world, as has been implied in these games. But at the same time, it makes it sound like he's just killing them. It's like, yep, gotta kill you now, so you go back to your world. But I guess to go back willingly, I don't know.
Jewels
Never
possess
tried it.
magic. I will take possession of this one.
Let's see. Wait, what? She snuck past me. Wait, where is she then? It's like she's in the bath, obviously, but usually she'd just be standing there. Huh. Maybe she's getting ready for the dates. That's why her, you know, usual pattern seems a little off by like an hour or 2.
Good morning. Today's turning out to be a good day.
My birthday's winter third. Such a beautiful time with the island all covered with snow. Which is, you know, now, technically. But you know, what doesn't fit in with winter is spring.
Thank you very much. I love this.
So that leaves Joe Schmo, Bismarck and Sierra, and Sandra and Elena are up to. I don't think I talked to Joe Schmo the previous day because I think he left the island before I even got involved.
Morning there. How you feeling?
Come on.
Hey now there, 3 people who look like Beatrix. Everyone's walking around muttering this is not good. Play all the games in the series to find out who that could potentially be. Most of the games seem to be on handheld consoles, like the DS and to an extent the 3DS, I guess.
Good morning.
General store is having a sale tomorrow. Everything will be 10% off, so I hope I'll see you there. Elena's on the move!
Good morning.
And she's already back up. Just gotta wait, it's open. You know, now that I think about it, she sleeps through, you know, the morning after a certain point. Will she even be awake for the dates? Maybe that's why our pattern is a little different here.
Good morning. You came to see me?
At noon at Church Plaza. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I remember. Of course I do. No generic dialogue? I guess I'll wait till after the dates. Let's see. Water or fire, they both got the same amount. I say we leave it up to the Specsaver's case. Specsaver's larger for water, non-Specsaver's larger for fire. It's the water crystal.
Whoa! I've been wanting this! Thanks! You're a lifesaver!
Yeah, I might have been off by a few minutes, you know, because it's gonna be 30-something minutes when the date actually begins. So, that just leaves Sierra and Sandra, right? Do this one first. But actually, before doing that, wait. Yeah, it is a bit full, but we'll see how it goes. Just go, you know, show you the new monsters. Of course, there's only 2 of them because there was only room for 2 more monsters. And also notice a Dean doesn't go good monster. I was right. It's only Sonja that says that. So this is Ginger, the fire elemental. They grow tomatoes, onions, corn, and pineapples. Which all but the tomatoes are basically, you know, crops. Oh wait, corn as well, I guess. But onions... Hey, never mind. That's just like, you know, these are, you know, mostly is ones that, you know, grow and then once you've, like, harvested the crop, it doesn't regrow in the spot. But no, that's 3 out of 4 basically can, you know, be repeated. Maybe I'll send you the one in the islands. At some point, maybe. Yeah, I just realized I put, wait. Was it? Okay, you actually do fit here because you have summer flower, which is weird. How you get a kind of, you know, more of a winter-related flower with the northern flower now. Maybe it isn't. I don't know, but it certainly looks like a Christmas tree, so it seems more fitting But, you know, can't grow flowers on your island, so yeah. Daily eggs. No gold. No ruby. Some milk. Where's my... There you are. Did I do this? Yes. Also, all the islands are maxed out. This is the newest one. And now that I think about it, it's kind of fitting that with the golem on this save file as well, isn't it? You know, data later. Golomo! Yes, he's still awake.
Morning. Morning! It's gonna be a fun day. What's up? Selling something? Thanks. Thanks.
Sell 10 about 20.
Thanks.
Toy herbs.
Thanks.
And iron.
Thanks. Thanks.
And... yeah, that'll do.
What'll it be? How many? We'll bring it to your shed. Well, Bismarck will.
Oh, some base on sale is such a pain. Not as painful as having a giant pineapple shoved up your ass.
Is this what I think it is? I can have it? I'm not giving it back, even if you ask me for it, okay?
Seriously, that pineapple is of monstrous size right there.
Good morning. Let's have a great day.
There's bargain day at the end of the evening. You have to come check it out. I'm cooking up all kinds of things. Such as meth. It's like, wait, what?
Did you get that here on the island? That's amazing!
Now, I can't tell if she means this island or, you know, the islands that we tend to. Because the way she words that is a bit odd. I remember thinking of like some stupid scenario where it's like, oh yeah, she's surprised we were able to smuggle that onto the island because that's illegal. When you think about it, there's like no police force or anything in this game. It's just that in this world, it just seems they're non-existent. Maybe because everyone just gets along with each other, except for, you know, the antagonists. Those are the douchebags. She's still awake. She really is staying up for it, I guess. So we just have to wait. And wait. And wait some more. And more, and more, and more, and more, and more, more. Might as well get some fishing going, why not? Wrong button. Actually, let me show you these. Look at these. Fancy, aren't they? Nice kind of purplish blue color. Punch melts.
Us!
The salmon.
Us!
Salmon.
Us!
Carp.
Us!
Carp. Is she still awake? Yep. This is a rare occasion for her. Outside of holidays, this is the exception to the rule. She sleeps, you know,
Us!
around this time of the day.
Us!
Right, we gotta go. She actually gonna be a little late. Yeah, she's slightly late. How very fitting. Very on brand.
Hey there. Hey there. It's great to see ya.
That noon at church plaza. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I remember. Of course I do. Yeah. You know, I guess you have to enter the plaza officially. Like, wait for me to stop walking, then we'll, you know, start things. It's like deciding where you're going. Hey, well, aren't you late? No, you're late! You're late by 30 minutes. 31 minutes, which is 31 seconds in real time. Still, you were just going on about it, and, you know... Seriously, man. Being the kind of person I am, I won't even complain. You're the one who was late! Go ahead and thank me. It just sounds weird, you know, just, you smell great. You just can't see that. That's that it sounded a bit creepy. Well, what could we possibly say to compliment her? Could just say that.
Huh?
Nothing should be different about me. Well, maybe it's just because I'm in a bit of a happy mood. So, now what? The date begins, that's what. They always sit on this bench.
How about we go to the church? There's something I want to show you.
Every single winter date is like this, isn't it? It's the decorations. Man, the height difference though.
Beautiful, isn't it? Gerard puts up decorations every year.
You know, I always say Gerard, but then they're like Gerard. Gerard is putting up a charade.
James showed me last year. I'd never known about it before then.
How? I mean, you know, because, you know, outside of, you know, when Odette pointed that out and they did it on the main save file, Even though I was like, oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Because you don't pay attention to these kind of things. Just go right past. It's not as beautiful as you. And it's just say, yeah, alright, it's beautiful.
Isn't it? I thought it'd be nicer seeing it with someone, so I brought you.
I feel like going with that all line would feel a bit awkward. And kind of cheesy. Reminds me of that South Park episode.
Promise you won't laugh?
There's a South Park episode that's very early on with where the turkeys just go wild and start killing people. And there's this couple and this one guy is like commenting, it's like, not as beautiful as you. And even when they're getting mauled to death, or about to be mauled to death by these killer turkeys, it's like, but not as beautiful as you.
Since this is a date, I made us lunch. Do you want to try some? You don't have to force yourself to eat it.
It's not that good. look how small they look from this angle. It's great.
Really? I'm surprised. Well, I'm glad you like it.
It feels like the choices are obvious, doesn't it? It's like there's clearly ways where the date can get completely derailed and go horribly wrong. I wonder how it would impact things. And I think I've noticed it before, obviously, but I've forgotten until now. She has a golem in her pocket there. Neat.
The next time I make something, I'll let you try it.
My voice actress left for the day. How about we go to the wedding chapel? Wait, I don't mean anything weird by that. Unlike, when playing a song where you can get proposed to on the first freaking date, potentially, which happens, when I played as her, As a demon, you have to wait for the second date. Are you okay? You sneezed, just like Odette did. Maybe it's the same for every single character. Sorry, maybe I have a fever. And wait for it, it's gonna start snowing. Spoiler! Yep. Better copy and paste with these. But it's unique because, each character has their own individual personality. Huh? But the same scenario seems to play out. It's snowing? It is, it's snowing. Wow, it started snowing just as the church bell started ringing. Things like this really do happen. It's beautiful.
I'm only going to say this once, so please, listen carefully. I love you!
For some reason, I picture Wind Waker at the intro to the, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. What's wrong with me? I can't stop thinking about Elena. Just picture a giant bird swooping in and taking Elena away. If I'm going to make a decision, now's the time. I don't want to have any regrets. Have any way to give you this, text on the first date, knowing that it's basically impossible to do anything with it on the first date? Because you don't have the engagement ring. You can't make the engagement ring until after you've gone on a date for the first time. Whereas when playing a Sonja, if you play your cards right, you get proposed to on the very first date, which was kind of crazy. This is what they call miracles. It's so nice. Miracles. You know what? You got both water and fire on the same day. Thank you. Wow, I never imagined receiving a gift on a date could feel so wonderful. So now we just stare awkwardly at each other and date concludes. No, I wouldn't mind if you asked me out again. I mean, if you wanted. And that's that. Not cool days like this, my heart feels warm when I'm with you. What am I saying? I don't know what came up. Let's go somewhere, yo. Don't call me a shrimp. I just said yo. Yo, shrimp. But like I said, I'm gonna, wait a few in-game weeks or two, before going on to the asking on the next date, so that timeline-wise, it would end up in spring. I didn't say anything. Get around, call me out. Research right behind. Yo. I think it'd be amazing to do Yo. Yo. So, Dean, do you like anyone? Well, you, I guess. Oh, gee, thanks. This part's gonna go 50 minutes at this rate. See, what kind of golem should I make next? Hey, hey! I thought of a way to launch egg in the moon. Can I do it? Oh, wait. Ah. My birthday's full 8th, okay? You can either get me or crystals. I'll leave the blacksmith work to you so I can concentrate on my goals. Don't you think that's a great idea? I'm trying to get the dialogue that happened on screen. Not fair, I don't want to be the only one who's hard racing.
Shut up!
I want your hard race too.
Do you mind if I take your golem apart?
Why'd you invite me over to have dinner? Probably invited you over because he was worried about how you eat. That's what it's like. No, it's not, I don't think. So inconvenient to be so far away from all the towns. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you mind if I take your golem apart?
Well, that'd be problematic. So nice out, maybe I'll go test my golem today. Dean. This is so nice. This felt like I was partially going into Borat voices, like, nice. Maybe I'll just make a golem that goes metal body. That's cooler. Wait, that makes no sense at all. Wow, this is full of amazing idea. I got it right down.
Do you mind if I take your golem apart?
You're just not feeling it today, are you? It's just like, I will not give you that dialogue again. At least not on screen. Echo to the moon.
Hey.
Oh, here we go.
So, I want you to kiss me.
See how blunt that seems? It's like, damn, well, that's very forward of you to say. Kiss you? Right now? Yeah, right now. Right here? Yeah, right here.
Why not? What's wrong with me wanting to kiss you sometimes?
Okay.
Okay? Then, let's...
What is it, Elena?
Maybe we should leave the kissing until next time. I like to prolong the anticipation.
They'll only kiss, during the wedding and on the occasion after their marriage. But yeah, just wanted to show you that before, wrapping this part up eventually. I say eventually because... I don't know, man. Well, on the main save file, I did do that request that Gerald gives, He basically just gives you the, he gives you an engagement ring and gives you the recipe to make engagement rings, if I recall. Oh, it's right there, so I can just do that right now, actually. I forgot I was even in the middle of doing a request. Screw you, Captain Quinn, I'll just do your request also, because, I need to get an engagement ring so that on the next date, we'll be able to immediately get married. Speeds things up, doesn't it? doesn't apply to all the days that freaking after offspring go through, man. It is time to. I'll probably, you know, do that today as well. But screw it, I'll record the Digimon Will next order tomorrow.
Oh my! Why, hello there. Can I advise you in some way?
Sure, and I heard you don't have enough materials. Oh, Dean, so you've seen my message on the book. That's right, I wanted to make a present for someone, but I don't have enough materials. I need 2 pieces of platinum and 1 diamond. Could you get them for me? Those are the materials needed in order to make an engagement ring. So he basically, you know, asks for the ingredients so he can make us an engagement ring that we can then use, and also gives us the recipe to make it. It kind of seems a bit pointless, doesn't it? I mean, when are you ever gonna make an engagement ring more than once? I mean, you don't ever even make one anyway, because, you know, you get one for free, so what's even the point? It's just a high-level thing to make that has high-level materials and maybe sells for a decent price, I don't know. I'll be sure to give you a reward. I'm gonna see if I've got a diamond in storage. If I don't, I'll just have to do this off screen.
You may approach me.
What are you doing here? I guess she does, you know, around midday occasionally coming in. That's why in that part where I had Dean knock himself out multiple times, Pandora would occasionally show up and she'd be like, "Explain yourself. Why have you not sought an audience with me recently?"
Fear not, and approach me more closely.
Was there like an occasion where sometimes I would come back home and Sierra or Bismarck would occasionally show up? I think Sierra, Bismarck, and Pandora, the only characters I've ever seen randomly show up in your house from time to time. Recently, I no longer doze off unaware. I wonder what was causing me to do so. It was your dad. Who is some kind of demon or some shit. He's just like, "You will never just like stay away from my daughter. These things like happiness are not fitting for an art sorceress." So it really makes me curious what happens if you know, just say, "Screw you, old man. I'm dating her whether you like it or not." But, you know, she hasn't been voted for yet. But, you know, it is one of the ones I've had in mind from, you know, before I even put up those polls. There have been no additional votes on the poll so far as well. Also, you know, time recording here. Let's see. Well, I've got platinum, but it looks like I have no diamonds. Which means I'm gonna have to fight a bunch of monsters, mimics to be exact, over and over again until they drop the goods. I was actually tempted to get the Grim Reaper as the monster to, you know, go to Winter Island, because it's the only monster that can, Ollie, careful, that can grow diamonds. I'm pretty sure the Grim Reaper probably looks like this guy. Seriously, that portrait, it's just like, it's a member of the KKK, what the hell? It's like you got, it's a ghost. But, you know, really poor choice of hood color there. They could have at least shaped it differently, you know? Shape it more like a kind of non-pointy way, you know? Like, think of Bakemon, you know, the Digimon. It's like, that looks like, you know, regular chic spooky ghosts. This looks like the racist kind. But anyways, I imagine the Grim Reaper is probably a similar looking monster because, you know, yeah. There was another one that had more of a reddish and beige color that I was also tempted to get because they grew platinum as well as this guy here. And I think they, small crystals, I think were the crystals they would grow, so I was thinking of that one as well. But I ended up going with the golem. But anyways, blah 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 blah, we're dating Elena. Sarah's got quite a ways to go to be maxed out. Jocelyn, you know, doesn't even matter because they'll be off-screen goals anyways. But, you know, we have to go over that and then have change blah blah. It's a tradition, even if it's completely pointless at this point. So, yeah. So, oh yeah. Should go over that, shouldn't I? So, we're on the 10th, so I'll off-screen till the 19th. So I'm gonna off-screen this entire week here, which includes Harmony Day and Joe Schmo's birthday. So the on-screen, the 19th, will be the start of the next part. So that means, you know, gonna date and then be able to get it in spring. Then again, I can't remember if New Year's has anything special you can do if you're dating someone. I think that was just like fireworks festival. Which is in summer, I think? Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do for this part, this record session. Which was just this one part because, you know, 2 different days for recording. But yeah, I'm gonna off screen until then, and that'll be where the next part starts. So see you next time, viewers. See you next time. Bonus contents. This part's gonna be over an hour. It's the next day. I mean, seriously, this Let's Play is spanning 3 freaking days for just one record session. Start on the 4th, where I recorded, you know, the part 181. Then I recorded part 182, which this part is going to be tacked onto yesterday on the 5th. Now it's the 6th, and I've come to the realization that it's completely pointless of me to on-screen, you know, asking Elena on a date for the next part, so I'm gonna just attach it to this part instead. But there's another additional reason why I want to, you know, add this a little bit on. Okay, so the previous day was the 18th. I off-screened multiple days, like I said. And what happened was I tested out to see, because, you know, 14 days from the 18th. I thought, okay, surely that would land, you know, in spring. It ended up on the 28th, which confused me. And as I was, you know, trying to sleep last night, I was thinking, what is the logic to dates in this game? And I've come to the conclusion that dates can't happen on birthdays because, you know, they got the character portraits, faces up for the characters. Also, it's Jocelyn's birthday today, so another reason to on-screen this bit is because I don't think I've given her a birthday present on-screen before. So there's that as well. But, you know, there's that, and you obviously can't have dates on festivals or possibly the Lucky Lotto. I'm not sure if Bargain Day comes into play on that either. But I also think maybe a day before a birthday or a festival also counts as a no-no for dates. I'm using this logic because, you know, how does it go from, because I thought 14 days, but I think the maximum is probably like 10 to 15 days. Because if you notice, 18th, you got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 days. Because, like I said, I tested asking out on the date on the 18th, and then went to the 28th. I think the reasoning for that is, because that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so it will have, and on the 2nd, which, as you can see, doesn't have a festival or a birthday, but it has a birthday the next day, so therefore maybe that counts. So, the nearest day after that would be the 4th, right? You just skip 2 days there, but then it would be going into 16 days, which I think the maximum would be possibly 15 days. Therefore, it instead goes back in time. Can't be the 29th because that's the day before a festival, so it goes to the 28th. I don't know. I don't know if this logic makes any sense whatsoever, but that's how I think this whole thing works out. Because alternatively, as the date on the 19th, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A grand total of 2.5 weeks to get to the 4th. So I think 10 days is the minimum, possibly, and 15 days is the longest time between dates. So it probably takes into account birthdays and festivals, and that's what determines what date it ends up on. I think. Just a guess, because I was confused by that. Very confused by that. So I'm not going to do the morning routine here, I'm just going to go straight into ask for the dates. Because, you know, if I did this in the next part, it would be absolutely pointless, because, you know, then I'd have to wait multiple in-game weeks before the date actually happens, which is pointless. So the next part will instead be the date itself, and then, you know, get married to Elena, you know, because I don't want this Let's Play to keep going with, you know, a bunch of parts where nothing eventful happens, because there's been so many parts in this Let's Play now. And if I'm going to be doing, you know, this whole dating all the characters on different save files thing, I think it's probably best to do it this way so it doesn't drag things out too long. Although, like I've said, it takes a long time for me to off-screen all these days. It takes a long time, so it's going to be tedious all the way for me, but at least it doesn't have to be as tedious for you viewers, I guess. Except for the length of the video.
Good morning. You came to see me?
Let's go somewhere. I don't know, I don't really feel like it. Because, you know, the dialogue's the same for asking out on dates. It's kind of pointless if I started a whole part with this. Don't feel like it? Yeah, maybe I'll go if I got nothing better. So when and where do you want to go? Let me think. How about we meet at noon on the day 4 spring at 9 a.m. So it's a different location for each season. Alright, I've got nothing else going on, I'll be there. Oh, I'm sorry if I forget. I think it's better if I apologize for that. It makes sense, you know, each season would have a different date location. It makes sense. Let's go, you know, talk to Jocelyn, give her birthday presents, and then return home to, you know, go to look at the calendar one more time, and then finally conclude this part. That's gonna be over an hour.
Good morning.
I'm too old to really get excited about celebrating my birthday, but I still get all worked up when I receive a present. You know, Jocelyn, I think the reason why I might not have given her a birthday present in this entire Let's Play, potentially, is because her birthday was never really acknowledged, so I didn't really, you know, get her birthday on the calendar. But not only is she acknowledging it on the day off, but like the day before, or a few days before when I was off screen, multiple, and I mean multiple characters acknowledged her birthday coming up. They're like, oh, we gotta get a present to Jocelyn, you know, she's so kind, she's such a nice person. It's like everyone was simping hard for her, and Jocelyn even had like a dialogue where she mentioned being hit on by some guy, and she was like, turned him down, obviously, she's married, but she was like, I guess my looks haven't faded yet. Everyone be simping hard for Jocelyn lately. Anyways, you can have a mug.
Why, thank you. I don't know when the last time anyone gave me a birthday present was.
Today, because you seem to acknowledge that. Also, I've leveled up a bit as well. I haven't got any monsters in my team, but I'm pretty sure they've leveled up too. You've leveled up. You've leveled up. You've leveled up. I think you might have leveled up as well. Sometimes I accidentally click on different monsters, like between these two. I think I've taken them with me at least once while I was off screen multiple days. So they might have gained some levels too. Anyways, just to, you know, point out something else here. Is that, you know, I'd be off-screening New Year's in order to get to the date on the 4th here, right? And I think I will do that unless there's some, you know, unique scene if you're dating someone. I don't recall that being a thing, so if that's the case, and there's nothing different about it, I will basically off-screen that festival as well, and the next part will start on the 4th. Which is a big jump from the original 19th that I had planned before, you know, while I was off-screening going through days. I was like, that's a stupid idea. Because then it'd be like, okay, you start the date with Elena, but then you don't get the date until like 2 weeks later, so what was the point? I'd have to off-screen a bunch of days to actually get anything new, because then it'd just be another ordinary day of sorts. Also, maybe wondering, it's like, yes, I do have the engagement ring, or in storage because, you know, it take up a lot of space, and, you know, we've got plenty of time before we get to that. So it's gonna get the spring date for the first time. We've not seen a date in spring before, and at the end of that date, gonna propose to Elena with the engagement ring, and we get the wedding immediately. So that'll basically be what the next part I've got planned for. Anything else to say before that? Basically, that was the Gerard request, by the way. You know, funny thing is, I went into, I think, the Water Spirit Shrine. First mimic that I thought dropped the diamond, which was the gem that I needed to give Gerard, because I already had 2 platinum. You need 2 platinum and a diamond to complete Gerard's request, and he gives you the engagement ring and gives you the recipe to make them if you want to. Which is completely pointless, because you don't need more than 1 engagement ring, so yeah. Plus, you know, remember when I said about the engagement ring, it's like, oh, maybe, like, you know, because why would you make it, you know, it's high level, but, you know, maybe it sells for a decent amount of stuff, but no, look at that, it sells for 200, it's under level 59, and it has ridiculous ingredients, you know, platinum's easy enough to come by, but diamond's rare, so yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, what else is ridiculous is this combined with, you know, the rest of this part is going to be over an hour long, like I was saying. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to continue playing this game while editing this part, and then after that part's been edited and saved, I will move on to recording for Digimon World Next Order, because, you know, I'm falling behind on the recordings there. I uploaded for Little Busters last night, so I've got a recording for that as well, you know, which I'll probably do tomorrow, presumably. Anyways. See you next time, viewers, for when, you know, the date and all that. So see you next time, viewers. See you next time.